Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Long time no talk. I know I haven't been on here in like 3 months, so my bad. So for today's video, I kind of just decided I wanted to sit down and talk about what's going on in my life, mainly infertility, because pretty much my channel is going to be about my infertility struggles and what we've been through so far and kind of just everything that's going on. So I figured, why not sit down and film a little video of our infertility journey right now, of me being off of medications for the last 2 months. So if you are new to my channel and don't really know what's going on, my husband and I have been trying to conceive for about 2 years. I've been on medications for about 6 to 8 months. Recently, the last 2 months, almost 3, we've been off of medications just for my own mental health and me not being in the right state of mind while going into something like that. And pretty much this is just an update for you guys on what's going on and how I'm feeling. So I want to say in October, my husband and I decided that it was best for us to stop infertility medications, just because I was so depressed and I would spend days in bed, not even getting up, showering, eating, any of that, because I was so upset over the fact that I wasn't pregnant, or I wasn't getting pregnant, or that we needed this help for us to conceive, as there was other people that are just getting pregnant like that. And not trying to shame anybody or any of that who are pregnant or trying to get pregnant, because all props to you, and I'm so thrilled and happy that you're able to do that. It's more so I really envied those people who were getting pregnant compared to myself, who wants a child so badly and would literally give up anything and everything to just even have one child. I know my husband and I joke about having or wanting to have 11 kids, and even just one would be a complete blessing. And it was just a really hard mindset for me during my medication times, going through that, because it would be to the point where I would go on social media and almost every single day at least, or every other week, somebody was announcing their pregnancy. And again, this isn't the fact that like I was upset or anything, or I like was mad or jealous or any of that. It was just more so I wanted to be in that position so badly, and I still do. I really want to be in that position. But yeah, so for the last 2 months, my mind has been so clear and just like a breath of fresh air. I don't even know how to even begin to describe it. It was so bad when I was on medication. The best thing I can honestly describe it was my mind was so groggy and just like foggy and just so like gray. Like the worst of the worst storm was going on in my mind or in my head or my body. I was just so out of it. I wasn't the fun, loving person that I normally am, and it really hit me and took a toll on me. Looking back at like videos that I was posting, or looking back at photos or any of that, with me being off of medications, a lot of people are like, you know what, like you're back to yourself, like you're happy, and you're like, not that you weren't fun or anything like that, it's just you're the bright light that like when you come to meet people or come to see people, you're that bright light again, that you're shining and that you're glowing, which is really refreshing for myself to hear that, being off of medications, just because I know that dark place that I was at when I was on medications, and just how horrible and awful that was. But with me being off of medications, it's been amazing. I've been working a lot lately. I started a new job at Vans. If you didn't know, I used to work at Starbucks at the Target here, but I recently had quit and I started a new job at Vans. It's been going amazing. The people there are awesome. I just love that job. I myself had never really, I told myself when I was done working retail back when I lived in Tehachapi that I was done. I was not doing it again. And then I started working at Target. And then after I quit Target, I was like, you know what, that's it. Like, no more retail, no more grocery store kind of stuff. Like, that's it. Like, I'm done. And then I applied at Vans just because I know the discount that they have, and I immediately got the job and I absolutely fell in love with it. The work environment is so great. They're so understanding of like my infertility journey, and they're so understanding of like me wanting to get back onto medications, which I'll get into later in the video. Like they're just so loving. But again, onto infertility. So in October, we decided that we were going to stop infertility because, again, my mental health was not in the best state of mind. I was just like, I was a hot mess. So my husband and I decided to just cold turkey, quit, just live our lives. And we'll try again in a couple of months. So with me being off of medication, I have noticed a lot in my personality, in my day-to-day life, what's going on. Like, I've noticed a huge difference. And that's mainly just me and my husband are like back to like our honeymoon stage when we first got married and when we first started dating. I know in my other video, the one that I had before this one, the most recent one, I guess, I said that it wasn't taking a strain on our marriage. And it really wasn't. It was just more so, it was taking a strain on myself. And like, my husband supported me through everything that I did. And even though it was upsetting him, we didn't like, our marriage wasn't in jeopardy about it. It was just more so like, we need to find a solution or an easy medium to understand fully what's going on and to just pursue our next step. And, with me being off of medications, I can see kind of where we went wrong or where I went wrong on the medications. Him and I are like at our prime right now. We are so incredibly happy. We're living life. We're just like enjoying each other, enjoying Hawaii, just enjoying everything that we have to offer here with ourselves and everything going on. My relationships with my friends and my family are absolutely amazing. My work is just absolutely amazing. Like, I legit have no complaints. Like, I'm incredibly happy. So I do have some awesome things that had happened when I am being off of medications. With the first month, I did ovulate on my own, which is really exciting. It also like worked out very well with me ovulating on my own. Normally when I am to ovulate, when I was on medications, my ovulation dates would always fall on the day that Tyler had duty or the day before Tyler had duty. So it wouldn't like really work out for the best or anything like that. So with me, the first month being off medication, it worked out. He didn't have duty that day. He didn't have duty the next day. Like, it was just perfect timing. And we had done the deed and whatnot, and we did the 2-week wait, and unfortunately it came back negative. And I mean, to say the least, it like hurt and it upset me, but it wasn't like how it normally affects me when I am to find out that my test came back negative. I'd be crying all day. I'd be so sad. I wouldn't want to do anything. It would just be like miserable pretty much. And this time around, it was more so like, you know what, like, it's fine. It's negative, and like I'm not dying. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's going to be okay. So I moved on from that, and then I got my next period on the 2nd of November. So this month was kind of odd for myself, and it was just really abnormal compared to like any of my other periods, just because I got my period on the 2nd of November and I ended up ovulating on the 30th. So our main source of infertility is not knowing when I am ovulating or when I'm going to ovulate, because I have very irregular cycles. My cycles can range between 30 to like 50 days plus more. And with me ovulating on day 30, it's odd because the way the egg is gonna be at that point, like how big it is, if it's gonna be viable to attach or whatever, all of that. So again, I don't know when I ovulate. I could ovulate 3 or 4 days after my period, or I can ovulate like I did 30 days after my period. It just really depends. And depending on the size of the egg is where things can go bad or can go great, and also just depending on a bunch of other things going on that are factors into the situation. So I got my positive ovulation test on the 30th, and that time again, it was perfect timing. So we were in the 2-week wait, but unfortunately this time around, I did end up getting my period 7 days after ovulation. So if you know technical terms about pregnancy and all of that, you know you have a 2-week wait or a 14-day window of getting pregnant after ovulation, just so that the egg can leave the fallopian tubes, it can get fertilized, go through the fallopian tubes and implant and all that. And that's normally a 14-day window. For me, it was cut short of 7 days. I did get my period 7 days after ovulation, so I was cut short. And for me, that kind of hit hard just because I was, in a sense, robbed of those extra 7 days of possibly getting pregnant. So I was kind of upset about that. I mean, I didn't take it as bad as like I normally would, but it still kind of hurt. But again, I ovulated on my own. My body did what it was supposed to do. It just did it a lot later than normal. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. It is December, and my husband and I had decided that in January or February we are planning on doing the last 2 tries of IUI that we have that's going to be covered through TRICARE. We are given 6 cycles. We had done 4 medicated IUIs on top of 2 medicated cycles without IUI, and then we had done like 3 or 4 unmedicated cycles. So we have 2 more shots of IUI, and we do plan on doing that in either January or February, just because we have that and we don't want to like not use them up, even though we can use them pretty much whenever we want. But it's still the fact that like we can do this now when I know I'm in a clear state of mind and like everything's going great. Like, why not just give it another shot? And if it isn't to work, then it isn't to work. Then we take that break again and possibly go back into medications in a year or so. But it's just something that like we've talked about, and I much needed this break from fertility medications. I needed it so badly that I'm now eager and excited to get back into these 2 last cycles, just to see like hopefully like this was like a sign from God that like I needed this break, and that maybe these 2 cycles can possibly get me pregnant. Like hopefully, or maybe that's the case, or maybe I can do these 2 cycles and they can fail, but after that I can get pregnant. It's so crazy, and it's so trippy to like think about the possibilities. But I'm just so grateful that I even have this covered through my insurance, that I'm even able to do this. I do get asked a lot if we are going to do IVF, and I'm not going to say no, just because it is an option for us if we aren't to get pregnant. Currently right now, no, we're not going to do IVF just because of how expensive it is. Even though our insurance does cover the medications, the doctor's appointments, all of that, we would still have to pay out of pocket for the storage of the eggs, the transfer of the eggs, all of that, which is ranging around $7,000 to $10,000. And we are just not, we just don't want to put that kind of money into something that may or may not work. Like, it could work and we can get pregnant, no problem, and it can be easy, we can conceive, or we can get pregnant and God forbid end in a miscarriage, or it could just not work and we would be out that $7,000 to $10,000. So we did advise a plan that I would save up my money from work, and whatever extra money after we go through both of our paychecks and our expenses and kind of budget everything, to put aside money for that. And when we have enough money to possibly do 1 cycle, then we would do that. But as of right now, it's more so saving for that, but not jumping into it right now. Because if we were to, we would have to ask friends or family for money, possibly take out a loan or any of that. And we just don't want to do that. We don't want to be that, like those people that are asking for help when it's not another individual person, is like, it's not their issue or it's not their problem to deal with that. So yeah, it's currently what's going on right now infertility wise. I'm super excited and super happy to have taken this break. I know I have been off of YouTube for a while, and it's just more so I've been working a lot, kind of just getting my mind and my head on my shoulders and my mind cleared of everything that's going on, and just really enjoying these like last couple of months and really just thinking hard as to getting my mind to the best place where it can be. I do plan on now regularly posting at least once or twice a week. If you guys aren't really interested in infertility or any of that, that's fine. I do plan on doing other things while we aren't doing infertility, such as like Hawaii vlogs, any of that. I know a lot of people had requested the house tour, like get readies with me kind of thing. I mean, I'm still deciding really what this channel is going to be about. It's been mainly about infertility, but I am wanting to branch out and do other things and also connect with other channels and kind of just do stuff like that. But as of right now, I do thank every single one of you for the love and support that you guys have given me and my husband as we deal with this, as we deal with what's wrong, what's going on, just anything that has negatively happened in our life, that you guys have given us the love and support and prayers that we needed to get through it. And I can't thank you enough for that. From the bottom of my heart, I genuinely really appreciate that, and it just means the absolute world to the both of us. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching and keeping us in your prayers and just being the best that you guys can be for us. We can't thank you enough, and I will see you guys next time with a new video. Until then, have a good day. Bye.